Welcome back to Hadal TV. My name is Ahmed, alongside me, my co-host Asad. And today we have a special guest, someone who is quite local but is global as well. This is someone that's actually gone to do great things initially from their bedroom to now on an international scale. Before I actually get them on and talk about more about what it is that they do, I'd like to just hear more about their journey and their background, what they're currently doing and who they are. So Amira, take it away.
Hi, my name is Amira. I'm a mother of two. I do beauty. I'm a beauticianist. Do henna, hair and makeup. I freelance. I travel around. So I work with a lot of brides in Manchester and internationally as well. So that's like my main job.
Okay. Yeah. And when did you start doing that? Or?
I started my first bride. Well, I started with henna first. My first bride was when I was 14.
Okay.
14?
Yeah, I was in year 9. I remember doing the bride, and she's like, "Look, tired, my minute." So, but yeah, I got the pleasure to do it for her, and then from there on, I started the hair, started the makeup.
So wait. You're telling me a 14-year-old girl did a bride's henna?
Yeah.
And she trusted to do that?
She trusted
for
me
her wedding?
Yeah. Because my mum used to do henna, so it started off my mum doing.
Because I can imagine how fussy brides are.
Yeah. So
for you to be trusted at 14, that's quite good.
Yeah, it took some persuasion, but got there in the end.
That's amazing.
So you said you started at the age of 14. So if we just take it back a little bit, like what inspired you? You said your mom used to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that people used to come to the house and maybe get the service done. Is that what triggered? Like, when did you first pick up I don't even know what the thing is called. Maybe you can educate me.
The henna.
The henna cone, yeah.
The henna cone, that's it. The henna cone.
Yeah. It first started, my mum's always been into it. She's always done henna. So she was like that local woman that everyone comes to, especially like weddings, Eid. So I just remember being in primary school, and I was born in Italy. Came here when I was like 6. So I remember not speaking the language, but then when I went to Claremont as well. So I remember in art we'd do draw flowers, and everybody would come to my table like, "Oh, I like your flower," and that was like, "Yeah, Mama does this," and I remember just drawing it on. So it started from there, and then I remember every Eid, Mum would be like, "You know what you could do for the little children?" So I started there, making my bit of change on the side, and then I just remember by the time I was in year 9, I was doing a lot more people. And I was able to buy my own clothes at that age because I was getting enough. And my mum, alhamdulillah, she was like, whatever you make, it's yours. You put it in your own pocket.
Outside of henna from very young age, what was life like growing up as a young Somali female?
Growing up, it was really nice. Went to a predominantly Somali school where it just felt like home, especially coming from Italy. It felt like I was at home. Went to an all-girls school, would arrange. And it was just really nice. It was a tight-knit, I'd say, a community where I felt like everybody was just on the same level, same flow. Everybody was just enjoying, yeah.
And so when you finish high school, and I'm guessing at this stage you're now really involved with doing henna and stuff like this.
Yeah.
Did you like pursue any sort of subject to kind of further enhance your skills? Did you do like arts or anything like that might be related to it, or did you just go completely on a?
Yeah, to be honest, I never thought this would be my career. So I was more doing business, which is what I did in uni as well. But it kind of does interlink in some way.
Is that what your parents wanted you to do in uni? Because this is always an interesting subject. Or is that what you wanted to do in uni?
We normally get like the usual
engineer,
doctor, like.
No, honestly, my parents were just very like, do what you like. But to be honest, I never thought that. Even back then, like when it comes to the henna, hair and makeup, it wasn't really seen as an actual profession. So I always thought I was gonna have a corporate job, somewhere in an office, until I seen how it grew, and thank God to Instagram, social media, where you just post and then.
I think that kind of helped, doesn't it? Like
that helped a lot.
Like normally, social media, like a lot of people see it as a negative thing or destructive, but I think if you're a 14-year-old girl and you use that to advantage, it can be a very positive thing as well.
Yeah.
Because if we take it back then, social media was just for social, like
interact with people.
You would just communicate, but now it's become this
business.
Yeah.
It's become everything.
This marketing platform. So when did you So initially, I'm guessing you had a few clients that you were doing work for weddings and stuff like this. So my question here is like, were you doing a couple of hennas for free before you started to get paid, or was it always like you were making money from get-go?
No, it was getting money. I was getting paid, but very minimum.
Okay.
Minimum pay, because obviously it was like a young girl doing it, and it's all the little kids.
Yeah.
Until my first bride, and then I think posting my work and me actually growing.
Yeah.
And just making make sure that my pictures are well presented, and just posting a lot more. That helped. The more I grew, I felt like the more I could demand for more.
So
more money.
at what point did you have the aha moment? This can be my actual,
I think,
full-time thing, or what year, or at what point in life?
I think when I took it serious, which is once I gave birth to both my kids, and I was just at home, and I wasn't working.
Yeah.
I wasn't studying at the time. I just thought, and my mom also had she just got a new shop.
Yeah.
So then I thought, okay, this is my moment to kind of shine. Let me get my equipment. So I ended up buying the whole kit.
Okay.
And I started it off. And I think my eureka moment was once I started posting on Instagram and started getting booking outside of Manchester.
Yeah.
Then I thought, okay, I feel like
the market's opened up.
Yeah.
So, like, what was your most memorable booking outside of Manchester?
I think Somaliland.
Oh wow!
So you went all the way to Hargeisa?
Yeah, I got booked out there, so that was definitely an experience because I've never been to Africa.
How did that came about?
That's interesting.
Through Instagram.
So someone just got contact from Instagram.
Yeah. She just sent me an email. At first, I thought, she's
Someone's
not. Yeah.
You're like, this can't be a messing around.
And to be fair, I always do get like inquiries, but obviously once the payment and everything, they just kind of like don't book.
Yeah.
So with this one, I remember she kind of left it till like almost 2 weeks. But I had the space, and I thought, you know what? If she books, she books. If she doesn't, then
so what did she do?
Holiday.
Like, did she like booked you and said come down, or she paid you first?
No, she paid. So you usually ask for the ticket. So once she paid for the ticket, then I knew that's
Yeah. So how was it? Like how did you find it? How did you find it good out there?
It was such an amazing experience. I remember going there thinking, up to you, it's all my people.
Did you announce it while you go in there to family?
No, I didn't announce it. I just kept it hush hush. I remember being at the airport because evil eye is real.
Yep.
I thought, knowing me, I'm gonna miss my flight or something. So I just made sure that once I was on the plane and going there, I was like, guys, guess where my next bride is gonna be.
I think that should always be the way in terms of just like when you're doing things behind closed doors and stuff like that. So I'm assuming after that things just exploded and you just had bookings left, right, and center.
Yeah, I'd say even before that.
Okay.
I'd say once, maybe around 2015, I remember I had one bride in Birmingham.
Okay.
And she let me post because the issue was
some people don't like her.
Post, so you can't really showcase your work.
Yeah.
But I remember with her, she let me post, and then that just went everywhere.
Everybody wanted the same thing.
With Somali Bridal, it's another Instagram where she's got a lot of followers and doing really, really well. So I remember her reposting me and then just
going around.
Yeah.
Because like I've noticed that like especially like about 10 years ago, like a lot of people do not used to like put their weddings on the social media where it wasn't a thing.
It's not,
But now it's like they do it live.
Yeah.
That surprised the hell out of me.
I'm like, now feature the whole thing on Snapchat.
I don't even attend weddings anymore. I just watch it.
I saw my friend of mine where he was like, I'm going to a wedding in London, and then someone was like, oh, check this out. And I looked at this wedding, and it was the bride and the groom were actually walking in the wedding.
Yeah.
They were just going in, but it was live. Yeah. They were broadcasting it themselves.
Yeah.
So they pioneered the Zoom wedding that's happening right now.
Yeah, it basically, that's what it was. I don't know if it was Snapchat or Instagram. I can't remember what it was. But they were like broadcasting the whole thing live. And I was looking at it thinking, this is a bit unusual.
Yeah.
But then I realised actually that's the wedding that one of my mates went to in London. Just watched it, like the whole thing happen.
As if you're there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy, man.
But it never used to be like that. People were like a bit more shy about stuff like that.
The one thing that I found really crazy is now with the whole COVID situation, I've had people having a nikah and it's like a whole Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
Everybody from everywhere is on there.
You know what? Yeah.
Have you attended a Zoom nikah yet?
No, not yet.
It's fun, you know.
Do you know what? Yeah.
I'm in the comments like, congratulations, my G.
I'm sure you're saving a lot of the man them a lot of money now.
Hey,
You know what I
the
mean?
discount is heavy
Yeah,
right
I'm telling
now.
you won't get married, you'll do it now. I'm telling you ain't gonna get this again, mate. Never gonna happen ever again. Do everything in Zoom, mate. Like, here's a drink. Thank you very much.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's crazy, man. So your most, initial memorable experience was going to Somaliland.
Yeah.
And prior to that, you said you had local bookings like Birmingham and so on.
Yeah.
At what age or at what point did you start to travel frequently?
I really can't remember.
Or roughly around
it's
what
just-
year? Forget age.
I would say trying to go through the whole timeline. 2013 was when I had my first bride of like full hair, henna. I remember it was in Leeds. After that, it was from there. I'd say from 2014, it just maybe 15. It picked it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you started with henna at a very young age.
Yeah.
And then when did you realize you could start doing? Was it hair after, or was it makeup,
The
or was it
hair
combined?
yeah, it was all combined.
And
I think it's once my mum got the shop.
Okay.
I had my kit ready. My mum had the clients, and I thought, let me just.
And how did you learn, or was it just through trial and error, experience, any courses, or?
I did do a few courses.
Okay.
But I'd say it's mostly just on the job. Just keeping up with the trends and, yeah, just.
So obviously, like you said, that obviously you were doing henna as a young age. So is it a bit difficult to do, like, obviously, like hair and makeup on top of that, or was it like something that you have to learn?
You sound like you're looking for the course to
No,
sign up to.
I do have a course as well. You can always sign up.
That was so good.
No, because like nothing's easy.
Yeah.
Especially like as a guy, like obviously we don't understand how much effort
Goes
that
into
girls
Yeah.
put on, like, when it comes to hair and makeup. Because when I was in Hargeisa, like there was a lot of people coming out for the day and stuff like that, and we would go to restaurants at night time and coming out. But then, like the girls that like were coming out, they were saying something like their did cost like something like $300 or $400. Just did that, bro.
It's not cheap.
And they wear it one night.
Yeah, they
And
can't
that's
wear.
just did it alone, not like the makeup, the hair.
Yeah.
And they don't do it.
That's
Yeah,
it.
and they normally don't do it at home. They do it out.
Yeah.
So the people coming out, they're spending like $500 just to come out for one night. The way they look, that's it.
Yeah.
And that kind of shocked me, thinking, this is Hargeisa. Where do people get the money from to do something like that?
Yeah.
So it is a very, like, a wide market. And I think as men, we don't understand that.
Yeah.
That will surprise me and you in them, like, what?
Yeah.
That cost what, $300 or something like that. Stupid. But what do we know?
What do we know?
Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't. It is a whole different world to us.
No, it is because normally there's a hairstylist, there's a makeup stylist. I don't think there's that many people who do all three. But I just wanted to challenge myself, try it, and I genuinely enjoy all three.
Yeah.
And I didn't know which one to pick, so I thought,
Why not?
Why not?
If you can do it all in house, so what?
Yeah, and I think it's what makes it so convenient for people to choose me, because you get the whole service.
So you've mentioned now you're doing the henna, the hair, the makeup, and everything. It all sounds very glamorous. All good and jolly and whatnot. But like, what struggles did you encounter along the way? Like, did you get a booking where it got cancelled on the last minute, or like, what were some of your moments?
I think the main struggle I remember was at the beginning. I remember dealing with, especially because I was so young, dealing with the bride's mothers. It'd be at the end of like the whole. I've done everything. It'd be like, and it's like, especially like obviously after you've put all that hard work in. At least if you're gonna negotiate with me at the beginning. So that was one of the struggles, and the whole, I don't have enough now. It just, I felt like I wasn't taken very serious. Especially being Somali, dealing with Somalis. I just wasn't taken serious, but alhamdulillah, like,
that's a culture thing.
Yeah,
just an issue.
Yeah.
I think if there was an Adam person doing that job, they'll pay.
They'll send you a contract first to sign.
And then, do you know what? I remember one time I literally went home and I cried to my mum because I remember being around. I think I was 16. I took a train, went to Liverpool or Sheffield, one of these cities, to do the henna. I was only doing henna at the time. And then I remember I was charging like a little bit more than everybody else, because obviously the whole journey and like something small like £2.50. So then this woman came to me and she goes, who's doing the henna? And when they told her it's £12, the one goes, Allah, maina tayara. And she goes, greedy sana. I took so offense. I was like, I'm not being greedy. It's just, it's my time, it's my effort. And I was just like, oh yeah, I'm done with you, Somali. But yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah.
Someone complained about £12.50.
Yeah.
That's Somalis, you know, like, that's one thing that actually...
The hustlers.
Yeah, people are
They
known for
try.
that.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm in work or like when I'm doing something like that, you know, everyone in work, like all my staff, they look at me, they go, they get feel embarrassed because I haggle with everything.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's
nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it. But do it before, especially if it's a service.
Oh yeah, before
not
you
a
buy
product.
it, not when you already got the service.
Exactly.
After that, it's disrespectful.
Exactly. If it's a product, then it's fair enough. But when it's a service, do it before. I'll negotiate. I don't even mind that.
Negotiation is fine. It's part of everything. Yeah, but like, I hear what you're saying. But like, our people, I don't understand the rules. Yeah. Especially if they know that they can get their way with you. They'll try.
Yeah.
So like in the early years, you've experienced quite a lot of payment difficulties with our people and whatnot. Yeah. Like, what do you do now different that makes it feel a bit like Yeah,
I have a contract now, and I have a booking confirmation. So I just make sure I send that beforehand. We discuss everything. Everything's on paper. Make sure that everything's written, so there's no confusion or there's no nothing. And the good thing is now I'm dealing directly with the bride, not the bride's mom. So we just makes life easier. Yeah, it makes the life a lot easier.
Because I see, like, I'm on social media and I like most of us, we're just kind of scrolling at times. I'm seeing a lot of pages who provide similar services. What advice would you give, let's say, a young person around 15 plus that is involved in that area, that's just kind of just doing the work, willy-nilly kind of thing?
I think patience, just to be patient, because a lot of people, like you said, they're doing this, but not everyone's patient enough to build their kit, to build their clientele, to build the followers on Instagram. I think it's just, for some it might be a quick thing, but for many others it's a whole journey, it's a whole process. So just to be patient, and I feel like just as little as, do you know when you're watching a movie, you're waiting for the good part to start, you've got the patience. I feel like life is like
the whole
that.
build-up happens.
So just wait on yourself, be patient on yourself until you get to where you want to, and take calculated risks. I think
do you think it helped you doing it as a hobby to begin with, and as something that you learned from your mum, that you didn't look at as a job? Was that very helpful for you?
That was definitely helpful, because I'd say even till today, if I would do it even if I wasn't getting paid. Like, it's something that I genuinely enjoy, and it's not just a quick process. It's like 7 hours, 9 hours on your feet doing the work. So I think it really does help if you're enjoying it, because you get even more creative. Literally till today, I still do free works in terms of like getting models in, taking pictures, just putting myself out there in terms of like different makeup looks, and trying not to.
So you said taking pictures. Is that something that you do as well, or?
Yeah. Well, my sister helps me a lot. She's really good with all of that. But we try with the whole TikTok trends, and so we try and.
Nah, definitely. You mentioned earlier about the importance of taking calculated risks.
Yeah.
So what example could you give? Maybe a calculated risk that you took that paid off, or maybe that didn't go so well.
Just as little as I'd say doing all three things. I remember starting off having a conversation with different people and telling me, just stick to one thing. People will come to you knowing you just do one. I just thought, why not do it all? And even going to uni, being a mom, going to studying, working at the same time. That was another, going back to the challenging topic, that was one of the challenges that I had. I remember going to brides, but then as soon as they go in for their first entrance, I'll be upstairs with my laptop doing my assignment. And then literally there'd be days as well, till today, I'd have a bride on Sunday, and then I'd work and then come home like 5 a.m, because I get on the motorway back, and then 7 o'clock my kids are getting up to school. So I think just working,
just juggling it all, and balancing it all together.
That was definitely a challenge, but alhamdulillah, it paid off.
So last year we had COVID kick in. So pre-COVID, we've discussed how glamorous and how fun, how challenging everything was. What has changed drastically in the way you work, or have you been impacted?
Yeah, I've been impacted in a sense where it went literally from having I was meant to go to America that day. 2 days before the lockdown. Literally 2 days. My ticket was booked and everything.
Did you get your money back?
No, the bride paid.
I mean, for the,
Yeah. So it was, but
Sorry, UK. I don't know. I'm not apologizing on behalf of Boris. I felt that one.
Yeah, you just do like so.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, it was. I was meant to go to Morocco, not Morocco, sorry, Turkey for another bride. So it was literally 2020 was meant to
Are
be
they all
my
Somalis
year.
or like different?
Yeah, no, Somalis. The one in Turkey, she was coming from Somalia.
Okay.
And I was going to meet her. She's originally from America. But literally 2020 was meant to be my year. And then COVID came around and said, you're sitting down,
You've got
staying
still
at
got
home.
2021 to look forward to.
Hopefully.
You have to get
The
to know your
21st.
family, spend
Yeah.
time with your kids.
How are you finding
Literally,
that?
I got to know them. I was
I mean,
like, okay, so you're...
We had a lot of jokes about that.
Yeah.
The last episode with the Joker.
Yeah.
He basically turned around and said he ended up getting to know his kids.
Yeah, it's true.
It's so true though.
It's
Yeah.
so true because everyone's like literally working, but then you
There's
really...
no time to stop, is there? Like,
No, especially, I don't think this lockdown is as bad. I think March,
the first one, yeah.
the first one where everything was just a shutdown, that was really crazy. And I became a teacher, apparently. I am a full-time teacher. I put that on my CV.
Full-time psychologist. I think we all became like a lot of
Therapist.
stuff.
The list goes on.
Negotiator.
Yeah.
So there's no fire in the house.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like, it's a time that, like, we can all look back and say, wow, like,
Yeah.
how we all been learned a lot.
Yeah.
Because our lives are very, very busy. You don't understand how busy
Yeah.
we are normally until we just stopped and you go, okay, it's interesting.
Did you pick up any hobbies or any other than being a teacher?
Yeah, that, and I think cooking. My cooking skills have improved a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I grew a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm.
I feel like I grew in a sense where I grew as a stronger mother. I learned to be patient, even when it comes to like the job. Just I got to sit back and just, take a break and just really look out and figure out what I actually want to do in the future.
Mm.
So it was like a really nice time off, all in all.
So what's the future look like for you then? If you figured that out already?
Future, well, hopefully growing, hopefully having my own. Well, I did do a masterclass in the pandemic.
Oh wow.
So that was really nice. I managed to record with the help of my good friends. We did a whole masterclass. Alhamdulillah, that went really, really well. But in the future, hopefully coming out with my own product line.
Okay.
Nice.
Something along them lines.
Well, is that clothing?
No. Like lashes and...
What do I know? I'm learning right now.
You shouldn't be worrying that I knew of it too quickly. I was like, no, makeup. I like more.
Yeah, hopefully, just growing.
Definitely.
Moving up
I joked about earlier maybe him signing up to one of your courses.
Yeah.
That
was
my bad. Apologies. So like in terms of services outside of henna, makeup, and doing hair, what other services do you provide? Or like courses or anything like maybe someone wants to get involved in?
Yeah, I have the masterclass on my bio where you can purchase, and it's got everything on there from like the skills to the products that I use, which is very beneficial for not only people who are trying to go into the makeup industry, but also anyone that wants to just up their skills from their day to day.
Obviously, a lot of people are in isolation. How did you cope with that personally? Did you do anything to keep you busy, or what advice would you give to someone that's just not getting work anymore and they're just stuck at home and they're not really doing anything?
Honestly, I think I read a lot of or a few what's it called? What's it called? Motivating.
Personal development.
Personal development books, which I felt like kind of put things into perspective. So I started jotting things down, what I want to do, and little things like that really helped. The whole to-do list helped a lot because I feel like even as little as when you're in your prayers and you're praying and then your mind just goes everywhere.
Yeah.
I feel like it really helped with that. Yeah.
That's when your mind decides, hey, it's
today
time.
That's
when it goes everywhere.
Yeah, because you could be sat there empty-headed for a bit.
Yeah.
There's the minute you go to Salah, every idea comes to your head.
Yeah.
That's
but I felt
shaitan,
like honestly, writing it down really, really helped because then you're not worried about ABC.
I think there's a lot of people say that or I've read quite a few books basically saying that once you put your goals or what you want to do in life into, when you write it down, it's more like a visualizing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It becomes more like you're more focused on that.
100%.
So that's a definitely good skill to have on something to focus on.
I just do it daily, well, I try anyway, to just kind of write down the things that I need to do. And then try to do this whole healthy lifestyle, doing my jogging. I failed, but I tried.
I only run so I can eat what I want.
Okay.
That's the only reason I run. I'm just making it.
So
very
basically,
clear.
you're just cheating.
I'm balancing it out.
I
can't have the burgers without the running. It needs to balance.
No, but
out.
I really couldn't do it. I tried to run. I tried to jog. 2 minutes in, I'm like dying.
But to be honest with you, it's not just about jogging.
Yeah.
A healthy lifestyle is about what you eat.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. Like
he's more like Asad's way better than me when it comes to like
eating.
And
like I've done about 6 months of being a vegetarian.
Wow.
I think it was a bit longer than that.
Could never do it.
No meat whatsoever, like no fish, chicken, or like red meat.
No sugar.
No, I quit sugar about 2 years ago.
Oh, you fully quit?
Yeah. About 2 years ago. I don't do sugar. I think the last time I actually even had a cough is about 2.5 years ago. Like my immune system's it's really, really good.
Yeah.
So I could just when I'm traveling, you're my certificate, my COVID.
That could be. That could be. I mean, to be honest with you, I've had COVID in beginning of January, and I only had a temperature. That was it. Yeah.
And you're good
so they give me a ring after I had it because they ask, they ring you during
the
and they're like, oh, how's your symptoms? Blah, blah. I just said I had a headache, and then they want to take my blood.
Yeah,
they wanted to know because the people who don't have no symptoms whatsoever, they want to do a study on them blood. But I just think it's all about healthy eating. It's not. It's not like you don't have to be a rocket scientist.
8% is like what you eat.
Yeah, I just drink water and I don't drink fizzy drinks. I do drink tea.
Yeah.
But I do it without sugar. But that's a bit of a. It was one of those things that it takes time to get used to it.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning, I thought, you know what, that'll be it, like normal tea.
Yeah.
But I do drink like 4 cups a day or something like that.
Yeah.
But like getting used to it, like I started one a day just when I wake up, but it was obviously horrible. But
yeah, at first not.
Yeah, because like you get used to doing a sugar tea, and then after doing a tea on its own, it takes time. But then now I actually like the taste of tea. It's so strange.
Yeah, they say once you stop sugar, you actually start tasting food for
your taste on other things become more enhanced.
Yeah.
So like if I have something like a can of Coke now or like a can of Fanta, it is so sweet. My teeth start to get like you know when you put an ice on your but you can. But also you need to be careful if you wanted to do that. Like that, I had this experience.
You told me
where
your body's went in shock or something.
I went all over the place. Stop cheating. If you because I do running with him as well. Sometimes we do running. Like I do once a week. But for me, I don't focus on just running. I just focus on what I eat. And I think I went from I was like a sideways 38 at one point. Like now I went back to 32 from 38 by just eating right. You know me when I was a bit chubby.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I stopped eating, within like 4 months, I've lost all my weight. And that it's not even exercising. I wasn't even in the gym. It was just eating. That's it. And that's all it is. It's like once you eat fat food and you, like your body's always burned food, but like because we put more in, it'll just burn what you just ate today and yesterday. Yeah. But if you stop putting that in, it'll burn what you had already.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's very, very simple. It's not very complicated. But once you figure out, because once I understood how my body works,
it's easier to say though than being
to actually do. Yeah.
It's easy, like if you can make a decision to go. Like, right, this is what I'm going to do. Yeah. Like, for example, like you said, like you can put that down and then that's how you're going to do it. It's another thing. Like, I go, no. But like some people can say, right, okay, I'm going to start doing this and this and that. Everybody's different.
Yeah. I think it is helpful though as well, the fact that you're living alone. But I think when you're in a family house and everyone's eating junk and everyone's eating a certain type of food, you just kind of...
Yeah, it's not easy because like someone's actually cooking for the family.
Yeah.
So
I tried to do the whole diet thing, but...
But it's not... Don't look at it that way.
Okay.
If you think as a diet, then it's a temporary thing because you tell your mind, like I have something that I'm doing right now, but then you can go back to it later on. When you look at something as a diet, then it's always a short-term thing. If you look at it as like it's a lifestyle, like decision that you made, I'm not going to go back to it. then you're not going to go back to it.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, like, you always enjoy the things that you like the most, but as
Yeah.
long as it's not too often.
Too excessive, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got to a stage where I just didn't need anything anymore. Like, I just couldn't be bothered. I don't do any junk. I don't do any, like, I didn't have anything, to be honest with you. And I'm not a foodie person to make it easier.
Yeah, that's where we differ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a foodie person, man.
As long as I'm not hungry, I'm okay. Like,
Yeah.
I have a few, like, favorites there and there, but, like, as long as I'm not starving, then I'm good.
So in terms of like what's next for yourself, for your channel, for all your social media platforms, what's the long-term vision in terms of what you want to do moving forward?
Moving forward, the vision is to just grow, hopefully come out with my own product, product line, and do more of the teaching.
Yeah.
So hopefully I wanted to do a masterclass, like a live masterclass.
Yeah.
Then COVID came along, but hopefully teaching like maybe one-to-one classes with people. But yeah.
And if someone wants to get in touch with you and find out more about what you do, and what's the name of your socials and stuff like that?
So my Instagram is Spectacular Beauty Artist, and you can follow me on Snapchat, Spectacular BA. Yeah, those are my two socials.
Okay, that's perfect.
So do you think, like obviously, like, I don't know about beauty shops.
Yeah.
Is it something that you're looking at, or is it something that is at the past?
No, the shops, I don't think I would ever want to go into shops because I feel like it limits you and just
mobile.
It keeps you. Yeah, I prefer the whole mobile, going traveling, seeing other things that are out there. But yeah, I don't think I'd have a.
So more restriction for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect. We'll make sure we have all the links in the description below. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. It'll all be in the link below as well. As
One
always.
more thing that I wanted to add, like obviously with the whole COVID situation, if anyone wants to have a chat about anything, my door's always open. You can always contact me if it's about makeup or anything else.